So, over the last few months, actually, I've been teasing some stuff about the NASCAR Heat series coming from Motorsport Games, and pretty much my review on the game, the building up to NASCAR Heat 5, even playing NASCAR Heat 5. All the time, you guys know, I keep saying the future. Look at the future. Even though the game frustrates me, I'm just like, wait a minute. You know, we can go somewhere with this. Let's make a better game. And yesterday was the day where a lot of what I am feeling has come to fruition and is starting to be confirmed. So if you guys did not hear, it all comes from one tweet from the good old Adam Stern and his Stern bombs that he drops on pretty much everything. And he said Motorsport Games will drop the NASCAR Heat name of the NASCAR video game franchise in 2021 and start fresh with a new title as part of a start from scratch rebuild of the game's software, per CEO Dmitry Kozko. And Kozko also said, and this is for Indycar fans and Motorsport fans as well, that he's also in talks with Indycar about building a new game that revolves all around, will Motorsport Games be able to get the license for Indycar? Currently, Indycar is a free agent in the gaming industry. There is no Indycar license going around anywhere, so if they can get that license, they can make exclusive Indycar games as well. And I'm making this video just to clear up some of the misconceptions here. So, for example, would the same people who make NASCAR Heat make the IndyCar game if they went for IndyCar? No. So let me explain that a little bit. So, Motorsport Games is the publisher. There's a difference in gaming, if you guys don't know, publishers and developers. NASCAR Heat will have developers, and the developers there are 704 Games, not Monster Games. They've kind of rebranded 704 to be the developers of the NASCAR Heat series. A lot of new people in place. And the IndyCar game would have different developers, maybe from a different team. But Motorsports Games is all under the Motorsport Games umbrella. Think about it like Activision and Call of Duty. Activision has the Call of Duty name, but then let's say Treyarch or Infinity Ward, those are the developers of the game, but it falls under the publisher of Activision. That is basically what Motorsports Games' role is in this. And I've been saying for months that Motorsport Games, while being fairly new, they are looking to absolutely dominate. Now, they're not going to get F1. F1 is obviously with Codemasters. Codemasters has done a fantastic job, and the number one thing you always hear is, I want a game from Codemasters, for the NASCAR series. And I did too for a while, but then after a while, you just know it's not going to happen. Codemasters focuses a lot on European style of racing, and Motorsport Games will be focusing on that as well. If you guys not know, they did get the license. Motorsport Games got the license for the British Touring Car Championship, which is, I'll be honest, I haven't seen the BTCC in a while. I remember seeing a lot of this touring series as a kid. But lately, as just in modern days, I've not been paying attention to much of it as well as at all. But a big series over in the UK, and that is under Motorsports Game umbrella, and that is a game that's coming in 2022. So with IndyCar probably coming in under the umbrella, they're starting to build the portfolio, and they're not here to make crap games. So you guys know how much I hate the Unity engine. I think everyone knows how much I hate the Unity engine. So I've been saying I am so glad that I found out a few months ago that they told me, hey, we're not sticking with the Unity engine. Next game is going to be from the ground up. Now, here's a few things to point out for that. Number one, when you build a game from the ground up, usually the first game's not the best. So I'm not expecting a full 10 out of 10 game, greatest NASCAR game since NASCAR Thunder 2004. I'm not expecting that. And please, guys, do not expect that either. Maybe they'll make a great game. Obviously, you never know what could happen, but it's very rare that when building a game from a ground up, in the little amount of time they have, it really depends on how long they've been working on it. How long has Motorsport Games been working on building the game from the ground up? If you look at NASCAR Heat 5, you could easily say, well, not a lot of effort, it looks like it went into NASCAR Heat 5, so it seems like they've probably been working on the start from scratch rebuild in the new engine and the new game software for a pretty good amount of time now. But things you should expect are completely revamped graphics, completely revamped physics, completely revamped presentation. Those things, just the base of the game, should be completely revamped. I'm talking everything from menu screens to fonts to videos to career mode to the driving style, to the tracks, to the looks of the tracks. Everything will be different, and I think it is a good time to do this because even though these games are on PC, they always have to downscale the game for the lowest common denominator of the console that they're on. So, for example, when you make NASCAR 85, you have to think about the Xbox One and the PS4, and you can't just upscale everything on PC. So PC has 60 frames per second, but you have to build the game around the console games that have to have 30 frames per second. On the next gen consoles, that will not be an issue, as we'll have the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, which means they can really start to bump up what they want to do with whatever new software they're using. Now, what software will they use? We don't know. When you take a publisher or that is trying to be this large, usually, I'm saying usually, you want to take either a custom engine or a very popular engine that is already in the works. I've heard nothing about what engine these guys are using. We don't know. I got no idea. That's under wraps pretty tightly. Apparently, there's some software being built in Russia for motorsport games, but I don't know if that is a custom engine that they want to use specifically on all their games. Custom engines are expensive, takes a lot of time, hard to do, but the great benefits of a custom engine is you can make sure the engine is completely specifically detailed for the games that you want to build. So if they want to build specific motorsport games, for example, Unreal Engine is very wide ranging in terms of you can make a lot of games on Unreal. So there has to be a lot of leaps and bounds to make sure Unreal can work for motorsport games, where if you can make a custom engine, it could be completely detailed to what you want to do. So this is all something that's just a question mark that we don't know. But as I said before, don't expect things like, I mean, it would be great, but a paint booth. Can there be a paint booth in the game? It's a very big feature that would push a new game, but I don't know. I think the bigger focus should be on the physics, the graphics, just the base of the game, you know, all the things that everyone sees first off when you're just racing, you know, that kind of thing. Making sure online works great. Paint booth could be year 2, but again, I have no idea what the expectations will be when they drop this new game. Again, it's not going to have the NASCAR Heat name. It's not going to feel like NASCAR Heat. It's not going to look like NASCAR Heat. It's going to be completely different, and we will see where they decide to take that direction. Esports is going to be a big part of their plan. They already put a lot of effort into esports with NASCAR E5, but you can only go so far with the quality of the game. The biggest thing that hurts NASCAR Heat Esports is that the quality of the game is just not good. They do a pretty good job, actually a very good job, presentation-wise, advertising-wise, getting the teams involved in real life. They do a great job there. They just need a better game to showcase the drivers and have them be a little bit better. Obviously, we'll never probably compete with iRacing, but you can definitely have a good F1 style esports in there. So we should be hearing about this a lot more in probably later this year, early next year. We will know exactly where this franchise is going. If I had to take a quick guess, guys, just off the top of my head, do not expect a game until late 2021. They might be able to push out earlier, but in my personal opinion, the later the better. If you have to wait a few months to get certain things in the game, wait the few months. If it has to come out at the end of the 2021 season, wait that amount of time. It is not worth trying to push this and make it an unfinished game, because this will be the most important game for motorsport games. The hype around this game is going to be very large, not just because I'm pushing it, but around the community. When you say you're building a game from the start from scratch on a new gen with completely different software, you have to deliver. You can't bring out, for example, if the graphics are still way subpar, if the physics are still way off, then people lose their patience. It's already been 5 years, and I don't see a way coming back from that. So you got to get the core of the game right. Things like caution replays, things like being able to watch your car go down pit road under yellow instead of just skipping to the next restart and not knowing how the pit stop strategy went. That stuff is downright unacceptable. There has to be a way, like the older style of games, where you can just come down pit road under you, like that stuff. There are things I get to call, you know, I'm pulling from Mikel Arteta and Arsenal here, non-negotiables. Caution replays are non-negotiable. Being able to see your car under yellow, I'm not talking driving it, but just, you know, being able to see who wins the race off pit road, basically, that's a non-negotiable. Those things just have to be in the game. You can't get away with that. So it is very exciting times, and again, for IndyCar fans, I know that IndyCar is growing in popularity, and there definitely could be a great IndyCar game if someone decided to put the effort into it. It could be just as good as F1. There really is no difference between F1 and IndyCar when it comes to video game style. You can make a great IndyCar game, and you have the Indy 500 as well. You can build the game around that. So it would be really, really cool to see that. And I feel like physics-wise, IndyCar would not be as difficult because it is open wheel. You have a lot more grip in the car, and sometimes you can make it more sim arcade-ish, kind of like what F1 is. F1's not a full sim. It's kind of like sim arcade-ish. You can make IndyCar the same way. a lot of fans would be very happy with an IndyCar game. So again, I'll keep you guys updated in the future. Anything I hear, if I'm allowed to talk about it, if anything I hear, I don't know anything else, guys. I'm telling you really everything I know. If we know what the game engine is going to be or anything, I'll try to bring that to you guys if I'm allowed. And I will see you guys later. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you're not already. And take care of yourselves. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below. Are you excited about the new NASCAR franchise? What do you think it will be named? Do you think... I don't think they're going back to the Thunder Series. Or will they become a different name? Or will they just say NASCAR 21, which is the obvious name that you could probably go with? So let me know what you guys think, speculate, and I will continue DNFing and crying on NASCAR E5. Until then, hoping for the future, really. Real life NASCAR, I'm hoping for the next gen car, and in the video game NASCAR, I'm hoping for the updated engine or new engine and completely rebuilt game. So in both situations, it looks like the future is good, but the present is very, very frustrating. So we'll keep, I guess, pushing through. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and take care of yourselves. Peace out.